Hi guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here to bring you a weekly message for air signs. So if you're a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius, this may be for you for the week of April 6th through the 12th, 2020. So if you are watching this at a later date, it still may resonate. If it's a date later year, it still may resonate, but it is a general message. So take what you feel is for you on a soul level, disregard the rest, my friends. Go about your day, and know that no matter what messages we receive through the cards today, no matter what Spirit has to offer, it's still up to you and your active free will and how you integrate this guidance, the choices you make, the steps you take to get whatever fulfillment it is in this world that you'd like to see. And for me, that's power, my friends. So for all my subscribers, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being here. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. And if at the end it feels like it's for you, please feel free and subscribe. Join the journey with me. Help me build my channel. It'd be lovely to have you along this ride. So I'm going to take a moment to ask Archangel Michael to jump in, to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, as well as to use Music Clear's channel to help me deliver only messages for the highest good of those of you watching, as well as I'm going to ask to be used for the most far-reaching of messages as well, and I will call in my team of light. I'm just going to take a moment here as well. I've started to feel some heart chakra as well, heart chakra welling up. For any of you, if you're feeling a little bit of anxiety right now, it's a pretty tense time. Any of you who are empaths, you may also start to feel like just kind of this collective anxiousness. If you have any selenite, this is really, really nice just to kind of go around, and it's all about intention. Ask Spirit to help cleanse or help remove any blockages for the heart chakra, and help kind of just clear out your energy. Pretty awesome stone. It doesn't like water though, so just be aware of that. So let's get a message here first off from the Animal Wisdom Tarot as an overarching energy for this week. You get the Four of Crabs. I'm going to put it back, but that's the Four of Shells, being kind of feeling maybe a little disheartened, maybe a little bored, discontented, and that was the heart area I was feeling too. And some of us, if we are being asked to self-isolate, if we are being asked to stay home, we're facing a lot of challenges as well there. And that card was the card for home. The crab is also a card for Cancer for me, and heart space as well. What is the overarching energy? But this could have a lot to do with your home as well this week, air signs. So let's start again. Spirit, thank you. The Master of Discernment, and this is also the Hanged Man. So there could be something that you're contemplating, potentially quite a bit in this time, in this week. There's a lot of enlightenment I feel that you're going to be seeing as well. Let's see here. Tell me about the Master of Suspension, the Bat. So we get 4 cards. I'm not going to read reversals, but I am going to just tell you what I see here. So this, we have the 10 of Branches, which is the Scarab Beetle. And wonderfully enough, with the Scarab Beetle, this is rebirth. This is renewal. This is also being able to choose your battles. You see how many sticks, how many wands that this has, how many branches that he has. He's chosen 4 different directions to start fire to. And what I think is important here as well is his first 2 that are growing are budding towards the sun. So if there is a creative endeavor that you've been passionate about, I feel like this, I heard finances as well, even though it's not pentacles. If there's something that you've been passionate about, I feel like it's refine your focus. Refine your focus to certain tasks, okay? So this could even be to write out a list of the things that you'd like to do, your goals for this week, your goals for this month. I also see the Hierophant here, which could be May, but this is also not just May, this is the Hierophant, this is the truth. This could represent to me a Taurus in your life as well. But that with the spring flowers, is there something that you would like to move forward with this spring? As well as this is spiritual truth. This particular card as well, this is the Wheel of Fortune. I have pulled the card 3 times today. I pulled it out of 2 different decks, even just for myself, asking for universal energy. You know, what is the overarching energy for today, which I think I'm feeling on March 3rd. So, or sorry, March 3rd, April 3rd. But this is not about me. I just feel like this particular change of the wheel, it's universal that things are going to be changing for a lot of us. Now, I will also say I'm a Gemini, so this could be for a lot, right? We're all in a different, we may experience different things in our worlds, but collectively this energy is still all under the same planetary alignment, right? We're still, I'm being asked to show you the spiral. We may have different spirals to walk. We may have different challenges to meet. We're going to have different, this is the drum as well. We're going to dance to different beats. We're going to hear different drum beats. Different things are going to soothe our soul. But with this, there's two suns. And then there's the sun, the light that's coming from the enlightenment. I feel like there's going to be big changes and cycles because we've been asked to slow down. We've been asked to see things differently. And if also we look at the way this spider is weaving on here, it's sacred geometry along this drum. That we've all been asked to do things differently, to see things differently. And I feel like the more we can focus our passions and focus ourselves in terms of direction, that's going to stop us from feeling burnt out or overworked. Wands can also indicate hardships as well. So for this particular one, when we think about the 9 of Wands, we often think about a wounded warrior, somebody who is still fresh from the fight or even still in the fight and just kind of really tired and battle weary. This particular one to me says, that battle-weary self learned some lessons and decided I'm not going to face that battle anymore. I'm going to put a stop to it right here and now by rather than putting myself or stretching myself too thin, rather than giving myself to all these different places, again, I just chose 4. Or this as well to me is indicative of a 4 of Wands. So because 4 is still on fire, I feel like whatever understanding, whatever contemplation, whatever decisions are made, whatever enlightenment comes, there's so much success here. And I feel like it's also because it follows your own spiritual truth. Under here, the last card that fell was the 2 of Cups, and this is the Diamonds. Some of you as well with this could be definitely connected to relationship, connected to feelings at home, making decisions on how to, what battles do I pick, changing the way that we act within family dynamics, changing the way that we act with our families. Okay, I know I said family dynamics, but there's more to that. What are we doing? How are we acting in our homes? If this is also about I feel like it brings new life. There's something about the 2s. If you can see here, there's 2 bunnies and there's 2 dolphins. The rabbits are often indicative of quickness too. So something could be quick, happening very quickly as well, because this particular understanding in the Hangman, it doesn't mean that it has to necessarily drag on for eons, right? This could be something that over this week you've kind of become enlightened about something and made a decision on something that is going to speak to your spiritual truth. And this could be decisions to make changes in how you live, as well as to bring happiness and fulfillment to yourself. The dolphins here, this is also about balancing out our hearts, understanding as well that sometimes compromise is needed, because both of these people, or both of these dolphins, everybody involved in our family situation, everybody involved that's at our home, right? These kinds of our relationships that have substantial meaning in our life, we all have hearts. Right? I think that's how I'm going to put this. And I feel like there's an understanding here on how to better serve your heart, how to better help you serve the hearts of those that you love, as well as remaining true to you at bringing grounded changes. And I'm going to get one more card to talk about the sacred spinner and the keeper of the sacred tradition, which is the bull. So they threw out 2, and this is awesome because this again is the sun. If there was a question that you thought about throughout this, yeah is your answer. May come from you making an enlightened decision, but there's so much success here, and I feel like Spirit saying, cock-a-doodle-doo, wake up, yo. Got the Master of Suspension, so the Hanged Man, the Wheel of Fortune, the Hierophant, and now this is the Sun. That's 4 major arcanas, and I have 7 cards, and I haven't checked this one. So that's a pretty big one. With here, the Deer, which is the 7 of fossils. And this particular one is also assessing what we have, maintaining a sense of calm, as well as looking at the resources available to you and being open, and as well as with this open and vulnerability, because this particular Deer isn't, I feel like it's not necessarily concerned about predators. It's staring you straight in the eye and asking you to make sort of a wide-eyed decision, and doing this in a grounded way where you won't feel depleted, you will feel balanced. With this rainbow here as well, this could even be finding a way to balance yourself in this world, to I'm hearing engaging your 7 chakras as well. Some of you could be doing a lot of energy work. So I'm going to bring a message from the Work Your Light Oracle. With this bull, why it's awesome as well as he holds the keys around his neck. And for some of you, even though there's no air on here, this could really be speaking. This really could be waking up and loud and proud announcing your truth as well, discussing your decisions, but not feeling with this Deer, not feeling like you're rushed, not doing things out of haste. This is making moves very well planned and very well thought through. So Spirit, what would you have us know for air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, March? I keep wanting to say March. You could be working through something that happened in March as well. I just feel as well like March went by so fast. So as well, there could be just getting up with the times here. Okay. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So this is for April 6th through the 12th. And they want me to show you the bottom, which is play. And I'm going to show you one more because it's important, I feel like, in line your life. While you are making your decisions, while you are choosing which battles to pick, where to put your passion, one of these or more should be something that makes you feel celebrated, makes you feel that life is joyful, should be something that brings you happiness and joy. And this card says, have fun, celebrate, don't be too serious. Same with this is the 4 of Wands. Essentially, there's 4 wands burning, and this is celebration, play. You know, this could be even playing a game of cards. She's sitting in a martini or a champagne glass with, again, the sun here, very, very, very present. Align your life says, what is not aligned or needs to change? And this is definitely perfectly this energy of what needs to change, right? What along this web is done. Where the broken strands, you've done one turn of the wheel. Do you want to keep turning on that same wheel, going through the same experiences? Or do you want to jump off and say, all right, I'm ready for a bigger turn. I'm ready for a different try. So the one that's upside down, I'm going to see it, and this is the ever unfolding rose. Cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. And I feel like this is a big one too. When we make a decision to see our past, and even if we've been through some hardships, if we make a decision to say, this is happening for me, right now, I get to be home. I get to have my family around me, or right now, I get to be introspective, and I get to make changes in my life. And you know, you may think, oh, the tower moments happen, changes are coming, and this is all happening to me. Woe is me. But when we take that stance, we remove ourselves from our power. This is saying, you stay in your power. This is happening for you because there's a chance for you to grow as a person, to make changes in your life that make you a happier individual. They're something that brings success. And with this, I'm throwing it with this card as well, I feel like it's asking a very similar thing as the 7 of Pentacles, to say, come to it calmly, come to it balanced. Come to it with, what did you learn throughout this? What resources do you now have that you've been compiling to be able to move forward and learn lessons? you have the Priestess here, which says we're being called to step up and to show the way for other people. It says, how are you being called to step up and lead? In what ways? What changes are you making that may set examples for those around you? Share your voice. Come out of your cave, persecution, expression. And if you see here, with the pyramid in the back, this is what are you focusing on? These giant, giant monuments, it seems so far away from her. And if she's focusing over here on something that she can't get to, can't change, it's like, don't focus on so much on isolation and being stuck here in the cave. I'm being really, really strongly guided to the water. There's this blue truth of the water, which is also asking with this align your life, similar in color to what are the emotions that are blocking you from coming out of this cave to experience the world? And once we can clear these and kind of calm this water, because it is pretty choppy, then we focus on our intentions and focus on the goals that we'd like to see. And this is with this 10 of branches as well. Choosing to focus and celebrate the things that we can celebrate. And these are all now new opportunities because we've kind of allowed some things to fall to the wayside out of choice, right? Making clear decisions to do that. But, you know, if there's places with this ever unfolding rose where we felt like this all happened to us, again, this is saying it's happening for you so you can empower yourself to make changes. So if there is something where you're feeling persecuted, if you have, you know, kind of decided that because you felt like it was all happening to you, you closed yourself off, Spirit, I feel like is saying it's time not to do that. It's time to really work on the healing work that we need to do for ourselves, but express yourself. So if one of the ways you're being called to lead is to speak up and share your voice and to talk about what's going on, by all means, rooster, baby. Be loud and proud and know that you are successful and share your success and plant those seeds. Anybody who's ever grown sunflowers will know the birds love these. They flock to them. As well as the amount of seeds that drop out of this. If you allow the sunflowers to come up next year, there's so many more so much more new life. And for this, some of you, what I'm hearing is it may be really healing to grow sunflowers, but think of all the seeds that you can plant by speaking your truth, by seeing maybe even old places in your world where you may have felt like you were victimized, persecuted, and express yourself and focus on the empowerment that you can do for yourself. And we have Keepers of the Earth as the last card. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand behind you throughout all of this. And I'm feeling like really Joan of Arc presence here, like a Joan of Arc presence on you're being asked to speak your truth. You're being asked to focus on what you can also do in this world to change. You're being asked to work with some pretty strong universal energy here and make movements calmly, to find ways to play, to find ways to shatter any illusions and drop anything that you may have been holding on too tightly to that's no longer going to serve you in this new phase. For some of you, especially May. May is definitely important. Again, this could be Taurus season, which is not just May. We're coming into Taurus season, I believe, at the end of April. But also understanding full truth on romantic partnership, love between two people, and these are like-minded individuals, as well as some of you, this could be telepathic communication, and you're being asked to step up and lead. So if you're being asked to express yourself, to express your mind, just know again that you're not alone. Call upon your ancestors, call upon your spirit guides, ask that they're here for your highest good, and ask for some wisdom. You know, ask that they be here to guide you and really be accepting of whatever that kind of information is that comes down to you. So I will pick here, I'm going to pick a past life oracle to help us to understand any kind of karma that we may need to release or anything that is blocking us. Is there any energy blocking? Thank you. Spirituality and religion. Asia. The bottom was finances. So I thought I did hear getting your finances as order. Galactic as well as under here. And I'm going to take, I'm going to leave it. I'll ask for one more, and if it comes out, it comes out. But in terms of galactic, you are multidimensional. And this keepers of the earth, your ancestors stand beside you, but they are also, some of us have galactic origins. Our souls are not of this earth. High priest or priestess. Egypt is on the bottom as well. With the pyramids in here, I think that's also important. So I'm going to keep it like this. But for some of you, some of the things that are blocking us is maybe holding on too tightly as well to spirituality. This could be that you have been persecuted in the past for your expression of your spiritual beliefs. Asia as well, some of you may have a very, very strong current life in Asia, could have a past life with Asia, could be very fascinated with Asia. I mean, Asia's huge, right? What I love about this as well is Buddhism, because if any of you are not, most of us are familiar with the idea of Buddhism, but not necessarily always the teachings. One of the things I'm hearing is you could look this up. This could be something really great to look up, depending on your situation. But I feel like this is also getting in touch with your energy, with your understanding, with your connection to the divine, with your connection to your ancestors. And this is Priestess, the second time, you guys. You're being asked to step up and lead, and I feel like it's in a pretty big way. In terms of the finances, this, I feel like, comes down to the Seven of Pentacles as well, as working with what we have, assessing what we have, and calmly choosing where to put this stuff, where, how to manage the money that we currently have. I'm going to ask one message from this deck about finances, please, as well as it's a pretty rough time right now for some of us. As well as if you've been laid off from work, or if you're not working, we're not having the income come in. So get the Guardian of Fossils. I feel like to know that you're stable and protected, to remain grounded through this. And this could be Capricorn energy or Earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. But you also have the Devil, who is Capricorn energy. And this is the shadows, shadow of liberation. And I feel like in terms of finances, it's up to you how you experience this. Things are not happening to us, they're happening for us. Potentially, if there's a less finances, this is our time to shine and say, okay, I'm going to reevaluate how I manage my money. And I've been spending this, and this here. Could look at grocery budgets. How can I lower that? How can I buy things I have to make at home? Or, even dried items. How can I stretch my budget? So I feel like this is choosing, are you going to wear the chains, or are you going to wear the flowers? Are you going to be liberated, or are you going to be haunted and stuck in shadow energy? And fear is one of these things, these devil energies to me as well. I feel like if you really do connect to your own intuition and do what you can do in terms of finances, but yet try and remain grounded no matter what is happening in the external world around you, you yourself remain grounded here. And for some of you as well, I heard like May is important with that sacred bowl. May. So last message, and then I will let you guys go. It's been a long one, I apologize. But we're going to, oh my gosh, I think this is supposed to, rainbow. That was the one I couldn't pick up. There's always a rainbow. There's always a blessing after the storm, and in everything that is happening, remember, it's not just happening to us, it's happening for us so that we can learn a lesson, and we'll always be stronger after those lessons. So last message here, please, Spirit, for anyone who's watching, to close this reading out, please, for April 6th through the 12th. Okay, Vision Quest. I'm going to put these ones back, but it may be a really great time to do some medification. The bottom was purification. It may be a really great time to do some meditations. Because in the desert here, you may think that it is a barren place, but it's not. A lot of creatures just come out at night. They have to learn to adapt to their surroundings. And while this is about, you know, I also think about people taking peyote trips out in the middle of the desert, that kind of stuff. Not suggesting you do that, but it's that connection to spirit. I feel like you're being asked to connect with spirit, to honor your intuition, and, you know, remember again, here with this Keepers of the Earth, there could be shamanic drumming with the spider that would be helpful, but to remember that your ancestors stand beside you, so definitely you could ask them, where do I go from here? And then it's up to you, your choices on how you go from there. And the purification is definitely getting rid of anything here that was burning us up and dragging us down and slowing us down from our goals. So, Spirit, what's one last message I can leave anybody watching with, please? So much they want you to know. Don't be afraid to move and move with the flow. Holding on to stagnant energy isn't going to work here, right? It's really help release the stuff that needs to be released. We may be experiencing heavy rains, but to also remember that this doesn't stay stagnant. It moves, and it moves sometimes swiftly and fast, but it does it in a nourishing way. We also have the shaman here, which it's time to do some major healing. And I think collectively on the world stage, that's what's happening. We have clouds and shape-shifting about being able to be clear thinking as well, and being able to be open to communication from the divine is what I heard with this. Oftentimes I see so many messages in clouds. You get dream time and creation. To me, this is spider is also about creation. With the dream, there's a lot of information in your unconscious and subconscious, and I feel like sometime, like it said at the beginning, a little bit of introspection would definitely help us here. And the last one that comes out is New Moon Promise. I feel like there could be a lot of work for us in this week, but we're going to be coming into a new spiritual truth and something promising that I keep hearing alluring, but something promising. So don't forget to play and enjoy the life you have at this moment. Bye, guys. Have a good week.